Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean, and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short, so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna sing my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on the shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Hey guys, how you going? Okay, I have bookmarks so much I don't think I'm going to get through it. Oh dear. We had Deb in here. We have Alex in here. We have Sherry, Paul. Happy birthday, Paul. Out to lunch. Who else have we got? We have Deb J. How you going? J1, how you going? Good to see you guys. Okay, let's get into it because I've got a lot to go over, and I've got a lot to get over as well. And we are going to Rumble today for a call-in. Okay, because I've got stuff to talk about on Rumble that I've been saving up. So, okay, Preston Henshaw here in Australia said Australian voters must understand political parties cannot redirect preferences. The order that you list your preferences on the ballot is the order your preferential vote flows until it lands on one of the two parties that have more votes than the others. Preference deals simply refer to how to vote cards, which are a suggestion handed out by the polls by volunteers. But the final decision of your preferences is yours alone. Political parties that you vote for cannot move your vote to another party you don't want your vote to go to. As long as you put Liberal above Labor, your vote will never go to Labor regardless of what minor parties you put above both of them. So just go for all the minor parties here in Australia, guys. We have a big thread on Prime Minister John Howard, who was the one, by the way, in which Port Arthur happened under, and he removed the guns. He's got one eyebrow going down and one eyebrow going, what is going on? He was known as Mr. Eyebrows back in the day. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to get through this one. Oh, my goodness. Let's have a go. RM said 1996 election. On the 2nd of March 1996, John Howard was elected Prime Minister of Australia, defeating then Prime Minister Paul Keating, whose daughter was caught coming out of Jeffrey Epstein's apartment, in a landslide victory. Introduction of the GST, the Goods and Services Tax. Leading up to the 1996 election, John Howard was adamant that Australia would not have a GST tax. In May 1995, Howard said there's no way a GST will be part of our policy. By 1997, the Howard government decided to change its policy and laid out a detailed position, which was endorsed by the Australian electorate in October 1998. The GST was introduced in December 1998 to start in July 2000. The Port Arthur Massacre. On the 28th of April 1996 in Port Arthur, Tasmania, 35 people were killed and 23 others wounded in the deadliest massacre in modern Australian history. Days after the massacre, John Howard pressured the states to adopt gun laws. The National Firearms Agreement included heavy restrictions on all semi-automatic rifles and all semi-automatic and pump-action shotguns, and a system of licensing and ownership controls. However, Howard did not pressure the Tasmanian government to conduct a royal commission or a coronial inquiry into the Port Arthur massacre, despite requests by victims. More on the Port Arthur massacre, which I am going to have to look. Holy guacamole. There's enough in here. Selling off Australian gold reserves. The RBA revealed in July 1997 that over a 6-month period it had sold off 167 tonnes, reducing Australia's reserves to just 80 tonnes. By this time, the value of its gold assets fell from $3.6 billion to $1.1 billion. The decision to sell the reserves was approved by then RBA Governor Ian Macfarlane, John Howard, then Treasurer Peter Costello. In 1997, gold was roughly priced at $300 to $400 USD an ounce, compared to now nearly $3,000 USD an ounce. Questionable appointment. On the 22nd of April 2001, the Prime Minister of Australia, John Howard, announced that Queen Elizabeth II had accepted his advice to appoint Peter Hollingworth as Governor-General of Australia. In December 2001, allegations were raised that during his time as Archbishop of Brisbane, Hollingworth had failed to deal appropriately with sex abuse allegations made against a church teacher at Toowoomba Preparatory School. Intelligence failure or deliberate failure. In May 2001, a serving Australian military intelligence officer revealed that the Howard government suppressed intelligence reports that could have averted the massacre of at least 60 people at a police station in the East Timorese town of Mariana in early September 1999. The media interviews broadcast Captain Andrew Plunkett stated that throughout 1999 the government refused to release intelligence reports showing that Indonesian authorities were preparing for mass killings at Miliana and across the island if East Timor's people voted no in the August 1999 autonomy ballot. ASIO responded to the claims stating the accusations were false. ASIO sounds a bit like the FBI. The Children Overboard affair. In 2001, during an election campaign, the Howard government claimed that asylum seekers on a boat had thrown their children overboard to force rescue and gain entry to Australia. This was later found to be untrue, but the initial narrative was used politically to bolster support for stricter border policies. This incident significantly impacted public trust and discourse on asylum policy. The subsequent Senate inquiry found that no children were thrown overboard. In response, Howard said he acted on the intelligence he was given at the time. In 2004, the senior advisor to the Minister of Defence, Mike Scrafton, said, "I left him, Howard, in no doubt there were no children thrown overboard." Rogue senator or hero? In March 2002, speaking in the Senate under parliamentary privilege, Liberal Senator Bill Heffernan made accusations against a serving judge. Heffernan's allegations against Justice Michael Kirby included the inappropriate use of a Commonwealth car to solicit sex from an underage male prostitute, and to support these claims he produced what appeared to be a driver's logbook recording the alleged trip. Prime Minister John Howard has denied any involvement in Liberal senators' accusations. Heffernan was forced to apologise to Justice Kirby in a humiliating backdown from his accusations. The Howard government dumped Senator Heffernan as one of its members on the sensitive Children Overboard affair inquiry, but he has vowed to remain in the Senate. He was sacked from his front bench job as parliamentary secretary, lost his seat in the cabinet table and will suffer a pay cut of about $25,000. The Afghanistan War. On October the 7th, 2001, just weeks after the 9/11 attacks, airstrikes by the United States, Great Britain were launched in Afghanistan at Taliban and Al-Qaeda training camps and targets. In the coming weeks, Howard announced that Australia would deploy troops to Afghanistan. The Bali bombings. In 2002, Bali bombings were a series of terrorist attacks that occurred on 12th of October 2002 at Paddy's Bar in the Sari Club in Kuta, Bali. The attacks killed 202 people, including 88 Australians, 38 Indonesians, 23 Britons, and people of more than 20 other nationalities. Secret deployment to Iraq. Cabinet papers released in 2021 revealed that military personnel were sent to the Middle East months before the official authorisation by the Howard government, raising questions about transparency and decision-making process. The deployment occurred as early as January 2003, with preparations noted from August 2002, well before the formal decision to join the coalition on the 18th of March 2003. Iraq War and the WMDs. On March the 18th, 2003, Howard informed his cabinet colleagues that US President George W. Bush had given Iraq President Saddam Hussein an ultimatum. Australia was asked to support the United States if Iraq did not fully comply with Bush's demands. On March 20th, 2003, coalition forces entered Iraq following intelligence that the country and its dictator, Saddam Hussein, possessed or were developing weapons of mass destruction. Weapons of mass destruction were never found. Did the Howard government failure cost lives in Bali? In late 2003, it was revealed that John Howard and Foreign Minister Alexander Downer, who's mentioned by Q, failed to adequately warn Australians of a political attack on Australians travelling abroad, despite having US intelligence that Bali was a terrorist target. In weeks prior to the attack, the US government, through its Jakarta embassy, was instructing people to avoid specific locations in Indonesia, such as Paddy's Bar and the Sari Club. The Howard government failed to relay the same message. On September the 20th, 2002, the Australian government did issue this warning. In view of the ongoing risk of terrorist activity, Australians should maintain a high level of personal security awareness at all times. AWB scandal. Perhaps the most significant scandal during Howard's time was the Australian Wheat Board kickback scandal. In 2004, AWB, a government-owned entity, was found to have paid kickbacks to Saddam Hussein's regime in Iraq, breaching UN sanctions. While an inquiry cleared Howard and his government of direct knowledge, there were accusations that the government might have been willfully ignorant or negligent in oversight. In 2004, United Nations Secretary General Kofi Annan said the United States' decision to invade Iraq was illegal. Australia was a key supporter of the war in Iraq and sent troops to join the United States-led invasion last year. Speaking on BBC Radio, Annan said, "I'm one of those who believe that there should have been a second resolution. Yes, if you wish, I've indicated that it was not in conformity with the UN Charter from our point of view, and from the Charter point of view, it was illegal." The Timor-Leste spying scandal. In 2004, when Australia's Secret Intelligence Service, ASIS, bugged the Timor-Leste Prime Minister's office to gain an advantage in oil and gas negotiations. Wow, this espionage, revealed in 2013, caused diplomatic strain, leading Timor-Leste to challenge the treaty's legitimacy in The Hague. The fallout saw former ASIS officer, Witness K, and his lawyer, Bernard Colliery, face legal action for revealing the spying, despite Australia's initial secrecy and legal actions. New maritime boundary was agreed upon in 2018, favouring Timor-Leste, underscoring issues of trust in international dealings. I don't trust the UN, I'm sorry. In 2007, John Howard contested Kevin Rudd in the Australian federal election. Kevin Rudd was elected Prime Minister of Australia. Howard lost his seat of Bennelong and decided to retire from politics. In 2014, former Prime Minister John Howard was accused of war crimes before the International Criminal Court in The Hague. The complaint was based on Mr Howard's violation of Division 268 of the Australian Criminal Code Act, 1995. That division received the substance of Article 6, genocide, Article 7, crimes against humanity, and Article 8, war crimes, as contained in the Statute of Rome. In 2016, John Howard defended his decision to go to war with Iraq despite failing to find weapons of mass destruction. As of April 1st, 2022, John Howard, estimated worth is at least $21.7 million US, Mr. Howard holds over 1,732 units of WW. Granger stock valued over 10 million and has sold GWW shares for over nearly 8.5 million during the previous 18 years. In addition, he earns 2.5 million as WW. Granger Senior Vice President and General Counsel. During the 11 years with Howard Prime Minister, the largest massacre by lone gunmen was committed on Australian soil. The most Australians killed in a single attack in modern history, the Bali bombings, deployed Australian troops in Iraq on failed intelligence, which contributed to an estimated total of 1 million deaths. In the Afghan war, 41 Australian soldiers were killed, 34 as a result of enemy action, and 261 wounded, including 2 sailors and 1 airman. Howard implemented GST tax despite saying a number of times he wouldn't. His government's labour market reforms under work choices were deeply unpopular and eroded certain workers' rights and committed numerous human rights violations. So that is Prime Minister Howard in a nutshell. Well, not so much a nutshell, really. That was a bit of a long post. Oh, holy guacamole. How many times do I have to go back? Whatever I don't get to today, I'll come back on tomorrow and do. Oh, yep, one more. One more, maybe one more. Oh, come on, guys. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm going to repost that anyway. Okay, concerned citizens said unconfirmed rumours that Doge is looking to shut down NASA's entire space program. There are, however, concerns that this would leave dozens of actors, film crew, and pool lifeguards out of work. That's a joke, by the way. Half a joke. That's where NASA practices. That's why you see the bubbles coming up. Rod D. Martin said breaking mass exodus at the DOJ as Trump's new leadership enforces depoliticization orders. The deep state is crumbling in real time. Let me break it down for you. There's quite a few threads in here that go for quite a while, guys. Okay, Rod D. Martin said Acting Deputy AG Emil Bove just dropped a nuclear bomb on the DOJ establishment. A scathing 9-page letter exposed how career prosecutors tried to take down NYC Mayor Eric Adams for political revenge. Same old playbook. SDNY indicted Adams right after he criticised Biden's border disaster. Pure political weaponisation. Even fellow Democrats aren't safe. And guess what? The prosecutor who brought the case suddenly landed on Kamala's AG shortlist. Coincidence? New. Danielle Sassoon, acting US attorney, resigned rather than follow orders to drop the Adams case. Claims it's about principles. Seriously? Breaking. 6 more DOJ officials just quit. One prosecutor wrote he wouldn't be enough of a fool to drop the case. Translation: won't stop targeting Democrat enemies lists. These people tell on themselves. The Great Purge continues. 15-plus senior DOJ officials out. Jack Smith's team fired. J6 temp prosecutors gone. The deep state resistance is getting crushed. The FBI isn't safe either. Miami and DC field office chiefs who led a Mar-a-Lago raid fired. Acting FBI director defied orders to name J6 investigators. He's next on the chopping block. AG Pam Bondi's new memo is clear. No more politically motivated cases, no more careerism. The days of weaponised justice are over. The deep state cleanup is happening right now. They can resign or get fired. Either way, the swamp is being drained. America's watching. The world is watching. If you enjoyed this content, please like and share. Rod D. Martin. Okay, and he's an entrepreneur, tech entrepreneur, futurist, Christian philosopher, capitalist. Bit of a mouthful. Okay, Baron of Burleigh back to Australia for a bit. Video of scrutiny using an eraser on election papers in Werribee by election counting room. Look at this guy. Eraser. Look at that. Rub that out and we'll change that, hey? That's why Werribee got Labor back in. Ricardo Bossi said, brought to you by the former head of the Australian Electoral Commission, Tom Rogers. Okay. They fact-checked. It. Sorry. I'm choking on my own saliva here. Oh, dear. This video shows a New South Wales Electoral Commission worker completing paperwork, not rubbing out ballots. Really? That looks like an eraser, and now he's writing it in. There are scrutineers from many political parties that ensure vote counting is secure at local, state and federal elections. I doubt that very much. Okay. True Brew Rebel said exercise in public is anti-Semitic now. Only if you're a white Aussie. Listen to this garbage. Ready? Hang on.
Good evening. Jewish leaders have warned Australia could be sleepwalking into a Nazi nightmare after video emerged of white supremacists holding a boot camp at Elwood Beach. The group, which included children, ran military-style drills in an exercise that's caused anger and outrage. Laura Turner has this exclusive report.
You've got to be kidding me.
A relaxed afternoon at Elwood Beach, parkgoers seemingly unaware that next to them are white supremacists in training. The public display angering the Jewish community.
These losers came and did a workout in the park and then tried to play tough by putting up a racist symbol.
Among them, Jacob Hersant, the man jailed last year for performing the now illegal Nazi salute. The group, including a male child, performing boxing drills, and when the rain clears, their female supporters join for a chat.
These evil men are trying to build a Hitler Youth in the heart of Melbourne.
You've got to be kidding me. Oh my God. They are desperate. Okay. People exercising now, especially if you're a group of white people, you are the Hitler Youth, the new Hitler Youth. I don't know.
Should frighten and concern every Australian.
What the group was doing isn't illegal. There appeared to be no swastikas on display and no Nazi salutes being performed. Even so, some Jewish leaders say the mere existence of the group itself should be outlawed.
Any movement that celebrates, glorifies, or participates in the celebration of neo-Nazism and white supremacy.
We introduced laws to outlaw the Nazi salute, and if we need to increase the number of symbols that are outlawed so that they can get the clearest of message that that silly flag that they tried to hold up in the middle of our beautiful suburb isn't acceptable, then so be it.
The state government was scathing.
It's a blatant, outrageous display publicly to gain attention.
But Dr. Abramovich warns this could be more than that.
This is not even a news story. Oh my God. Men exercising in a public park, their wives and children were there. But now they're Nazis and the Jewish people don't like it. I'm going to go and exercise in a park somewhere. Anyone want to join me?
If Australia doesn't wake up to this ticking time bomb, we will wake up and realise that something terrible has happened.
Laura Turner, 9 News.
Oh, dear God, that is... Oh, come on, man. If you want to know what propaganda looks like, there's a prime example. Senator Babbitt said it won't happen. Sky News Australia said Australia could do with a Department of Government Efficiency that's every bit as rigorous as Elon Musk's to dismantle our labyrinthian network of bureaucratic waste, writes Rocco Leocono. I can't say it. Okay, Senator Babbitt said it won't happen. Bureaucrats control Canberra, and Australia's parliamentary system is designed to block real change. The entire system needs to be dismantled and rebuilt. To make a real impact, we need a system where a single man holds executive power for a fixed term, no more rule by committee. In other words, we need a president. Oh, and you know why? You know, they don't want to go to a republic before they're using Aboriginals to get all the native title first, right? And then if they go to a republic, that means the UN owns all our land, okay? Including your house that you live, the land your house is on. Yeah. Okay, TMK says the Gulf of Mexico was lost to the US. In the War of 1848, we can rename it anything we want. The US gives Canada $150 billion a year. They can either become a state, secure the border, or stop using us as an ATM. The Panama Canal was built by Americans and given to Panama by the US under certain conditions. The Bunu-Varilla Treaty gives us the right to take it back if we determine that one country is being given preferential treatment over another. So stop whining, grow up, Liberals. If you don't like it, you're free to leave. Democrats celebrated when BLM and Antifa violently tore down statues of key figures in America's history during the Summer of Love, including Robert E. Lee, Stonewall Jackson, Christopher Columbus, Andrew Jackson, Ulysses S. Grant, William McKinley, and Abraham Lincoln. Yet they're outraged by Trump peacefully renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America through an executive order. If that doesn't reflect their hatred of America, I don't know what does. I believe we should erect statues of Donald Trump in every state. No one is more deserving of this honour. The only statue that should be torn down is the George Floyd statue in New York City. It's a symbol of misplaced reverence, glorifying a man who was a criminal who tried to push a racist and divisive cause. Okay, Mick Amias said the Reserve Bank of Australia will announce a rate cut this Tuesday. By the end of next week, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese will call a federal election and base his re-election campaign off that he saved the Australian economy. I was going to say American economy. Oh, my God. Okay, so has Prime Minister Anthony Albanese pressured the Reserve Bank of Australia to cut rates this Tuesday so he can claim that he's saving Australia now? I'm waiting for fuel price to go down so he can claim that he did that too, even though he didn't. He put it right up. Okay? Don't forget how much everything went up. Don't forget how many rate rises you got before this one rate cut. Okay? Ronan Manley said Bank of England has already defaulted on gold. Not sure why this hasn't gone mainstream. Uh-oh. I think England's broke. Oh, dear God. Maverick X said Phil Collins and Mrs. Phil Collins, it's all been a pack of lies. Oh, dear. Houston, we have a problem. Yeah, that's, I don't know. What do you think? Is that a man? Pat Condell said if a Muslim terrorist was treated the way they're treating Tommy Robinson, human rights lawyers would be all over the list like flies. But human rights only apply to foreign rapists and murderers, never to native British. True. Julie Donuts. Hey, we got a Julie Donuts. TikTok Barry, Trump always knew exactly who he was. Real Donald Trump said, oh, how amazing. The state health director who verified copies of Obama's birth certificate died in a plane crash today. All the others lived. This was back in 2013. That was, what's the name? What's the name, guys? Oh, come on, you know, what's the name? It's escaped me. Hang on. Loretta Fuddy, that's it. I was trying to think what I said the other day. I was a fuddy-duddy. And, yeah, Loretta Fuddy, that was it. The lady who died in the plane crash, she landed in the water. She was alive. And then it looked like frogmen came up and grabbed her from underneath the water. But anyway, let's not worry about that. Okay, Topher Fields said prosecutions are happening. Accountability is bearing down on the corrupt medical establishment like a freight train. Oh, hang on a second. I've said for years that things will only start to get better if those in power start to go to prison for their crimes. That day's approaching and I'm here for it. I will play this. Hang on. Yeah, I'll play it.
My initial inclination would be to use the Justice Department and the moral authority of the office, but also, you know, the Justice Department should immediately call in begin an investigation of the medical boards and the collusion between the pharmaceutical industry and the medical boards that are delicensing these physicians who actually try to heal patients and try to treat them. The Justice Department will also call in the medical journals that are corrupted by the pharmaceutical industry and explain to them that they're all going to be subject to criminal and civil RICO actions if they don't show us a way that they're going to stop revoking studies and refusing to publish studies that challenge the mercantile interests of pharmaceutical companies. We're going to change the way business is done at NIH.
Oh, well done. Okay, we got a lot on RF Kennedy Jr., which we will go over on Rumble. Oh, you got lots of snow, Randy. Cool. How you going, Randy? Nisi. Yes, I've heard of David Hogg. It's coming up. How you going, Nisi? Who else have I got in here that I forgot to say hello to? Stu. I have said today, Deb J. Yep, I think I got everyone. Okay. Whiplash 347 said 16 Trump cabinet members confirmed. So Kash Patel would be number 17. Okay, now it's either Elon Musk or Kash Patel. Which one do you think's 17? Elon Musk or Kash Patel? It's going to be funny either way when we find out. Dr. ZSQ said, I've been drinking the whole lemon with peel blended for a few days and my stomach hasn't been this flat and skin this clear in a long time. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Okay, please see your doctor. Okay, I don't know. Someone put the recipe in here. Okay, where's the rest of it? 1 whole organic lemon, de-seeded with peel and cleaned. 1 teaspoon of coconut oil. Anyone, do you want to screenshot this for anyone? I would definitely. It's in my bookmark, so I'll find it easily enough. Okay, 1 teaspoon of coconut oil, 1 piece of honeycomb or raw honey, 1 inch of ginger peeled, 1.5 cups of filtered water and a dash of sea salt. Instructions: scrub the lemon with baking soda or vinegar to remove wax. Rinse and slice. 2, blend the whole lemon, ginger, coconut oil, honeycomb, sea salt and water until smooth. 3, strain, optional and enjoy. I'd just drink the whole bloody lot. I wouldn't even strain it. I'd be down in it. Okay, so you stick it all in a blender, right? The whole lot of it. And you blend it up, right? This is not health advice, by the way. But blend it up. Helps apparently with liver and back. Ooh. Okay, we're going to get into this one. I'm going to try it. I've got to find organic lemons. I don't even know where to start. Looking for organic lemons. Oh, it's got a lot of, okay, we'll go over that on Rumble as well. I won't like the post. What I'll do is, can I bookmark it too? Oh, I misspelt medical. Jesus. I'm good, aren't I? Anyway, Donald Trump said he who saves his country does not violate any law. Oh, dear. Hey, Timmy. David Hogg, the turd burglar. What a disaster of human being, yeah. Wait till you see what he's up to now. Mario Norfolk said Trump takes action on South Africa's policies. A petition urging Donald Trump to support Afrikaners in South Africa reached the US Embassy this morning. The request calls for intervention on policies affecting land rights, affirmative action and racial discrimination. Just yesterday, Trump signed an executive order directing the State Department and DHS to prioritise humanitarian relief, including potential US resettlement for Afrikaners facing discrimination. Is this the start of a major shift in US-South Africa relations? Yes, well, a lot of them are being killed already. Trump signs executive order over egregious actions of the Republic of South Africa, consistent with President Trump's executive order on addressing egregious actions. US Department of State is coordinating with the Department of Homeland Security to promote and prioritise humanitarian relief. This includes considering eligibility for admission and resettlement to the United States for Afrikaners and South Africa who are victims of unjust racial discrimination because they're white. People like this, okay? Because they want to kill the Boers, these ones. And the Boers are all the white farmers, okay? So take all the white farmers out, take them over to the USA, and let's see how Africa goes, hey? Take them all out. Bring them. I mean, bring them. I don't mean take them out as in hurt them. I mean, take them to the USA, right? All the farmers who are getting this, and watch what happens to South Africa. Department of Government Efficiency, put a little poem in here. Roses are red, violets are blue. Today, Doge and 10 agencies made 586 wasteful contracts bid adieu. With this, how do I know how to say that? And I can't freaking say any other French words. With a ceiling value of 2.1 billion and a 445 million in savings secured, a perfect Valentine's gift for all taxpayers, well earned and deserved. Today's batch includes an 8.2 million USDA contract for environmental compliance services for the implementation of pilot projects developed under the Partnership for Climate Smart Commodities. What the hell is climate smart commodities? I want to know. And environmental compliance services. Oh, yeah, no, could be good thing. Could be environmental, like don't use too many pesticides or none at all. I don't know. Lord Bebo said German foreign minister is lost after Trump started making peace with Russia. First, she says you cannot bring Russia back to the G8 and you cannot work with Russia at all. Then she says if there's peace, you can work with Russia again. But then Russia needs to be pressured by the West. And Putin started the war for no reason, but she came to Munich Security Conference to make peace possible. She's not sure what to do after her master Biden's gone. Okay, someone with no idea whatsoever why these women in these positions. Peter Sweden said, raise your hand if you want McDonald's to start making their fries with beef tallow. Guys, it's turning. Beef tallow is becoming very, very popular right now to cook in. Wait till you see what RFK does. Cashy said, can someone explain to me how Albanese can get paid more than the US president? This wanker of a PM earns more than $600,000 per annum. Seriously, what the this is bloody thievery of taxpayer money. There is no fucking way this clown should be getting more than the leader of the free world. Definitely not. My God. We need a Doge. We need our Parliament to just collapse, really. I hate to say it, but kind of do. Rebuild it from the beginning. Clandestine said Zelensky reveals that he was not invited to the meeting between Trump and Putin scheduled for next week. This is further confirmation that Ukraine is not actually a sovereign nation and they are a proxy of the CIA State Department. Zelensky is a deep state puppet and Trump knows it. The negotiations to end the war will go through Trump and Putin, and ultimately Zelensky will do whatever he's told. He does not have a choice. Off you go. Don't let the door hit you on the way out, mate. He's trying to withhold elections too. He says they don't want to elect someone new, apparently. He knows it all. Zlati71 said Zelensky, okay, if the US has stopped giving us money, at least give us $250 billion. What? You literally just watched a 14-second video of a desperate junkie coming down off cocaine and asking for tick. Literally. Jeez. Don't ask for tick. If you can't afford to pay for it, don't buy it. Tick is credit, okay? So he's asking for credit. Malcolm Roberts said a temporary pause on foreign ownership is not enough because that's what Anthony Albanese and Labor have decided to do for 2 years, right? A temporary ban on foreign ownership for 2 years. And if they get in, as soon as they get in, they'll lift it up again. Anyway, a temporary pause on foreign ownership is not enough. One nation will ban foreign ownership of housing and farmland permanently. Will also force current foreign owners to sell their house to an Australian. You wait till you see what else one nation's doing. Okay. McAmius said 1.2 million homes meant to be built according to Australian Labor government's plan by 2029. If you do the numbers, we actually need double this if our immigration quota isn't slashed by 2029. Banning foreign purchases for 2 years, great, doesn't go far nor long enough. Immigration must be cut dramatically. Stephen said, Dear America, may we please borrow J.D. Vance and Big Balls? Yours in kind affection, Australia. Wire said read Bill Clinton fired 100%. That was Willie's very first official act as POTUS. The instant his hand left the Bible after his first swearing in, he fired every single solitary US attorney and replaced all of them with people loyal to him. There is no reason a newly elected POTUS should allow himself to be saddled with disloyal people appointed by the other party. Should fire their staff too. Because Mistress Belladonna Nightshade here said Trump has fired all federal prosecutors hired by the Biden administration. This is not something unprecedented for a US president to do. It's not. Bill did it, okay? Way back. Oh, dear. Julie Donuts again. We've got Julie Donuts here. I wonder if she's married to Paulie Donuts. I'm joking. Walmart had contracts with the government and were going to be used as FEMA camps if Hillary had won. Okay, Walmart were. They were going to round us up, and if we didn't take the death joke, it was a long-time plan. I might have to read this one. Oh, well, no, you can see it yourself. Something was created to overthrow and depopulate. They were also caught selling children online. Stop giving these demons your money. They don't get away with this either. Wayfair was also caught selling children online. Was Walmart caught doing it, were they? Ooh, didn't know that. Doge News, Department of Government Efficiency, said breaking Doge has identified around 15,000 IRS employees to be fired as early as next week by President Trump. That's good. Okay, now to New Zealand. I think they've had enough. Jim Ferguson said the people have had enough. Rainbow parade interrupted by the haka. The radical woke agenda has gone unchecked for too long, but not anymore. Young people, Man Up Men and Destiny Church stood up and said what many have been thinking, enough is enough. Auckland has been overrun by woke ideology, and yet again the New Zealand police proved whose side they're really on, parading with rainbow flags instead of protecting real law and order. The people's movement is rising. The woke establishment is on notice. What this means, the people are done being forced to comply with radical agendas. Government institutions and council pushing woke policies. Your time is up. This is only the beginning. New Zealand will be great again. The people are speaking. The establishment is panicking. The movement is just getting started. Ready for this one? I want to watch it. Okay, here we go. Good on them. They let their point be known. I don't know. I love the haka. I don't know why. It shows power, I suppose. Man up in action today opposing an R18 plus trans king entertaining little children. Jeez, I nearly read that the wrong way. Good on them. Good on them, guys. Good on you guys in New Zealand. Lisa here said Australia is the most beautiful, peaceful and equitable country on earth. But things are rapidly changing due to mass immigration and we need to regain control. We need to maintain high standards that require significant change. If you're a dual national and break our criminal laws, you should have your citizenship revoked and be deported. No judge should be able to overthrow the decision. If you're a permanent resident or on a visa, your visa should be automatically cancelled and you should be deported immediately. This will clean up the organised crime problem, which is largely run by dual nationals, free up the jails and legal system and make Australians far safer. We need to have a referendum on it and incorporate changes into our constitution. Great, bring it on. Yep, I do believe Rashad was given new life in Australia, but spat in our faces. Of course, they all do. A lot of them, well, not all of them, a lot of them do. Hey, Paulie Donuts, how you going? I've been reading some of Julie Donut's tweets, and I'm wondering if you're related at all. No, I'm kidding. Good to see you, Paulie Donuts. Okay, John Rich said, why does the bird flu only attack chickens? I guess the sparrows, robins, hawks, eagles, and literally every other bird in the world are immune. What a bunch of shit. And, of course, they've been fact-checked, right, by I don't even know what, but I'm not paying attention to that because, yeah, why aren't they killing all the sparrows and, like, everything else? We got rosellas here. We got cockatoos. We got parrots. We got, what else have we got? Kookaburras. Yep, you know. JT said comments incoming. Lydia Thorpe's fake tan spray is wearing off. Oh, dear God, what's wrong with the legs? I don't know. It looks like she's been kneeling. Sorry, in dirt. Oh, dear goodness. So that's Lydia Thorpe, the Aboriginal, right? She claims she's Aboriginal, right? But a spray tan's wearing off. Lord Bebo said Ursula von der Leyen wants to be part of the talks between Trump and Putin, but she did not even get a chair when she came to Turkey. Laughed my ass off. Erdogan humiliated her. No chair for you. Go sit on the couch over there. Okay? Good. Put them in their place. And people fact-checking using Wikipedia. Come on, man. You're not allowed to use Wikipedia even in our TAFE here in Australia, let alone the universities. You're not allowed, or you weren't allowed to many years ago. Gunther Eagleman said, I don't care what party you're in. If you stole my tax money to send overseas and launder it back, you belong in fucking jail. No bias at all. Doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or Republican. Same here in Australia. Doesn't matter if you're Liberal or Labor. Craig Kelly said treason. Both the Labor and Liberal parties have Australia locked into the Paris Climate Accord and net zero, whereby we're closing down the remaining 21 gigawatts of Australia's fleet of coal-fired power stations. Meanwhile, in 2024 alone, China started construction of 94.5 gigawatts of new coal-fired power stations, and that's in addition to 126 gigawatt that started construction in 2022 and 2023, plus a further 75 gigawatt of new approvals in 2024, yet to start construction. And that's on top of China's current fleet of over 1,000 gigawatt of coal-fired power stations. And only a few days ago, Chinese fighter jets dropped flares on an RAAF jet, and they've positioned 3 naval vessels off our coast. Are you ready for the Chinese takeover, guys? Yet the Liberal and Labor Party cheered on the Greens and Teals are pushing on with an act of self-sabotage that is treasonous by refusing to allow Australia to replace our ageing fleet of 21 gigawatt of coal-fired power stations. The Libertarian Party will fight to exit Paris, abandon net zero, and end this self-sabotage. We will work with the private sector to start building new coal-fired stations yesterday. There's not a minute to lose. Otherwise, just keep voting Liberal or Labor, but start teaching your children to speak Mandarin because the Communist Chinese are going to own us. Are you ready? I know it's the same in Canada too. Look, we either get taken over by the US or China. Which one? I'd prefer the US any day, hands down. Okay. Elon Musk said, was there any organisation that didn't get US aid funding? Lisa Penny said, oh boy, do they. Lindsay Penny said, you can't make this up. Of course, the American Bar Association would release a blistering statement about Doge, dismantling their slush fund known as USAID. The American Bar Association has received so many American taxpayer-funded grants from USAID and the State Department. I can't even list them all. Oh, so that's how they make all their money. Very interesting. Wow. So you pay lawyers as well. The USAID pays lawyers. Okay. The Bar Association, mainly. Craig Kelly said, I wonder what Trump will do when he finds out that Labor and Liberal are going to impose a new carbon tax penalty of $24,000 in 2027, increasing every year after that, for every American Chevrolet Silverado imported into Australia to help subsidise Chinese electric cars. Yeah, this is about right. Seriously? Frickin' toy cars, mate. Come on, we want these machines. We want the damn machines, mate. Australians have grunt, right? They love loud motorbikes. They love loud cars, mate. I don't want this pussyfoot electric vehicle shit. Blows up and catches fire everywhere. Anthony Albanese, Australian Labor parody. Okay. The East Safety Commissioner is attempting to have the Bankstown nurses video removed from the internet, citing concerns over Islamophobia. There you go. I don't know. You can take that with a grain of salt. I have no idea what she's doing. And really, I don't care. She can say what she wants. I'm just going to say what I need to say, and too bad. Okay, Wyatt said we've uncovered a couple of strange things about the Standard Hotel. That's something I'm going to have to go into. One involved pool chemicals. They were dumping down a drain in the basement, at least 50 barrels of dissolvent acid on site. We speculated they were using the chemicals to break down bodies because they dumped way more than needed for a pool. I recall around the time the board posted about Schiff and the Standard Hotel, some of their employees, one a general manager, was killed in a helicopter crash. And Deb said, I'm no anon, but I do know the Standard Hotel is known for horrible activities. And this was in response to Audrey Blaz, who owned the notorious Standard Hotel in Hollywood, owns the Chiltern Firehouse, a luxury hotel in London, and it caught fire today, a week after Jimmy Savile's old cottage in Scotland caught fire. There's no such thing as coincidence. I didn't know that. There you go. Very interesting. Okay. Jack Pozo said just in, following the onslaught of Pete Hegseth and J.D. Vance's speeches in Europe, France has just surrendered. Oh, my goodness. The Kobesi letter, this is absolutely insane. Since Doge began discussing mass layoffs, the median home price in Washington, D.C. has fallen by $139,000. In 30 days, nearly 4,000 homes have been listed for sale in and around Washington, D.C. What is happening? Let us explain. A thread. Here's a chart showing median home prices in Washington, D.C. area in November 2024. The median home in Washington, D.C. was worth $699,000, according to Redfin. Today, the median home is worth $560,000, making a 20% drop in 3 months. Mass selling is an understatement. Look at this. There are now nearly 8,000 homes for sale in Washington, D.C. metro area. Nearly half of these homes have been listed for sale over the last 30 days. Since November 2024, nearly 5,000 homes have been listed for sale, well above average. So what is happening here? Year over year, home listings in the Washington, D.C. metro area are up 23%. Parts of Virginia are seeing a 60 to 70% jump in year-over-year listings. Keep in mind this is during the winter months in a housing market that has been historically low on supply. Truly insane. Listings accelerated after Doge's federal employee buyout offer was announced. The offer pays employees through September 2025 if they quit, with 5 to 10% of employees expected to agree. As of this week, 65,000 federal employees have accepted the buyout offer, per WSJ, Wall Street Journal. Today, Fox News reported that 3,600 probationary health and human services employees were laid off by Doge. This is expected to save $600 million in taxpayer money annually. The 65,000 Doge cuts so far are saving an estimated $38 billion in annual taxpayer dollars. On day 8 of the formation of Doge, the below announcement was made. Doge is reportedly saving the US government $1 billion per day. This means Doge could reduce US deficit spending by 20% in year one. More layoffs are coming as workforce reduction has been a primary Doge goal. Here's where it gets even more interesting. There's been a surge in new listings in Washington, D.C. with a listing price of $1 million plus. There are now 525 listings of over $1 million and 44 listings worth over $5 million. This suggests high-profile jobs are rising. Exits are rising. Just wait till we see the effects on commercial real estate in Washington, D.C. Doge announced plans to eliminate up to 2/3 of US government office buildings, per Wall Street Journal. Not a single major US government agency is currently occupying even 50% of their office space. Doge has specifically noted that Washington, D.C. federal government buildings are particularly empty. On average, they're just 12% occupied. The Department of Agriculture saw 456 out of 7,400 employees use their office. The D.C. real estate market is just getting started. If you zoom out further, there are 15,000 homes for sale around Washington, D.C. In fact, there are so many homes for sale in the downtown area that Zillow is grouping 280 homes together. This is an unprecedented level of selling in a generally strong housing market. Are layoffs and rising inventory in DC a coincidence? Time will tell, but we will see more layoffs ahead as Doge looks to cut $4 billion a day. With US debt up $13 trillion since 2020, spending cuts are needed. And follow the Odysee letter. Anyway, Doge's goal of rapidly reducing the $1.8 trillion US deficit will impact multiple markets. The 10-year note yield has fallen 40 BPS from its high, and gold is nearing 3,000, even as inflation rebounded. With mortgage demand at 30-year lows, stocks are at all-time highs, and Doge disrupting government spending, tons of change is coming. As investors, we must evolve with this change. Okay. They're apparently investors. Maybe. Okay. Ollie London said British police issue second mugshot of convicted ISIS terrorist after she complained about her previous mugshot showing her face. Farishta Jami, 36, demanded police retake her photo wearing a niqab. Oh, my God. Her lawyer claimed showing her face caused her considerable distress. Well, do you know being a terrorist can cause considerable distress to the whole nation, not just one person? I think the nation actually deserves more than she does. Yeah, if I were, I don't know, if this happened in Australia, I would have taken her photo before they did this. Like, got a screenshot. Pepe Deluxe said, I'm enjoying all of this. I can barely keep up, I must say, after 8+ years of edge of our seats looking at it, and now he pounces. They are searching for help online. These people are stupid. They're putting their homes up for sale in DC. The panic in DC is palpable. Their plans failed. The board's plan won. Wait till cash comes to town. Some will take the easy way out. God will deal with it. Yep, you wait. I think I've been saying this all wrong. Vicegrad, is it? I used to say Visegrad. I don't know why. Vicegrad. Vance enrages EU elites not only because he told them the truth straight to their faces. Their fury was even greater because they couldn't do anything to him. They cannot sue him, delete his YouTube channel, close his social media pages, close his bank accounts, or call the police at 6 in the morning. And I've got that somewhere. Kurt Malberg said J.D. Vance's Munich speech was pure fire. Elites haven't copped such a hiding since Ricky Gervais embarrassed Hollywood. I counted no less than 30 quotable quotes from Vance's speech, and here they are. The threat that I worry about the most is vis-a-vis Europe is not Russia, it's not China, it's not any other external factor. What I worry about is the threat from within, the retreat of Europe from some of its most fundamental values. For years, we've been told that everything we fund and support is in the name of our shared democratic values. Everything from our Ukraine policy to digital censorship is billed as defence of democracy. But when we see European courts cancelling elections and senior officials threatening to cancel others, we ought to ask whether we're holding ourselves to an appropriately high standard. We must do more than talk about democratic values, we must live them. Unfortunately, when I look at Europe today, it's sometimes not so clear what happened to some of the Cold War's winners. In the United Kingdom, the backslide away from conscience rights has placed the basic liberties of religious Britons, in particular, in the crosshairs. In Britain and across Europe, free speech, I fear, is in retreat. In Washington, there's a new sheriff in town, and under Donald Trump's leadership, we may disagree with your views, but we will fight to defend your right to offer it in the public square. If your democracy can be destroyed with a few $100,000 of digital advertising from a foreign country, then it wasn't very strong to begin with. I happen to think your democracies are substantially less brittle than many people apparently fear, and I really do believe that allowing our citizens to speak their mind will make them stronger still. We don't have to agree with everything or anything that people say, but when political leaders represent an important constituency, it's incumbent upon us to at least participate in dialogue with them. Too many of us on the other side of the Atlantic, it looks more and more like old entrenched interests hiding behind ugly Soviet-era words like misinformation and disinformation, who simply don't like the idea that somebody with an alternative viewpoint might express a different opinion or, God forbid, vote a different way or, even worse, win an election. How will you even begin to think through the kinds of budgeting questions if we don't know what it is that we're defending in the first place? I've heard a lot about what you need to defend yourself from, and from, of course, that's important. But what has seemed a bit less clear to me is what exactly it is that you're defending yourselves for. I believe deeply there's no security if you're afraid of the voices and the opinions and the conscience that guides your very own people. The crisis this continent faces right now, the crisis I believe we all face together, is one of our own making. You need democratic mandates to accomplish anything of value in the coming years. Have we learnt nothing that thin mandates produce unstable results? But there's so much of value that can be accomplished with the kind of democratic mandate that I think will come from being more responsive to the voices of your citizens. You cannot win a democratic mandate by censoring your opponents or putting them in jail, whether that's the leader of the opposition, a humble Christian praying in her own home, a journalist trying to report the news. Nor can you win one by disregarding your basic electorate on questions like who gets to be a part of our shared society. We saw the horrors wrought by these decisions yesterday in this very city. It's a terrible story, but one we've heard way too many times in Europe, and unfortunately too many times in the United States as well. An asylum seeker, often a young man in his mid-20s, already known to police, rammed a car into a crowd and shatters a community. How many times must we suffer these appalling setbacks before we change course and take our shared civilization in a new direction? No voter on this continent went to the ballot box to open the floodgates to millions of unvetted immigrants. More and more all over Europe, people are voting for political leaders who promise to put an end to out-of-control migration. Contrary to what you might hear a couple of mountains over in Davos, the citizens of all of our nations don't generally think of themselves as educated animals or as interchangeable cogs of a global economy, and it's hardly surprising they don't want to be shuffled about or relentlessly ignored by their leaders. I believe that dismissing people, dismissing their concerns, or worse yet, shutting down media, shutting down elections, or shutting people out of the political process protects nothing. In fact, it's the most surefire way to destroy democracy. Speaking up and expressing opinions isn't election interference. If American democracy can survive 10 years of Greta Thunberg scolding, you guys can survive a few months of Elon Musk. What no democracy, American, German or European, will survive is telling millions of voters that their thoughts and concerns, their aspirations, their pleas for relief are invalid or unworthy of even being considered. Democracy rests on the sacred principle that the voice of the people matters. There's no room for firewalls. You either uphold the principle or you don't. Europeans, the people, have a voice. European leaders have a choice, and my strong belief is that we do not need to be afraid of the future. You can embrace what your people tell you, even when it's surprising, even when you don't agree. And if you do so, you can face the future with certainty and with confidence, knowing that the nation stands behind each of you, and that to me is the great magic of democracy. To believe in democracy is to understand that each of our citizens has wisdom and has a voice. And if we refuse to listen to that voice, even our most successful fights will secure very little. Okay, you're on notice. Europe, Australia, Canada, New Zealand. How many times do I have to go back again? There we go. So that was the highlights of his speech, telling them. Okay, Ron Rules said what happens to real estate prices when 20 million illegals vacate and 200,000 government employees all start selling. They drop. Robert F. Kennedy. Well, guess where I have a meeting on Monday morning? Monsanto, who has a revolving door with the FDA to get things approved. They're worried about their glyphosate, aren't they? Oh, shit, I'm going to have to do this one in a different... Oh, okay, hang on. I'm going to put this one at the top of my bookmarks for another day. Carter Hughes said, holy cow, General Michael Flynn states that every member of Congress should reveal whether they have an APAC handler. This is called foreign interference in the United States political system. Every member of the House and Senate should be asked directly, do you have an APAC handler? Wow. Stephen said 88% of Australians want to replace the Department of E-Safety with the Department of Government Efficiency. Yep. Wouldn't we all? Imogen Australia said, had a chat with my mate in Hungary. He said Australia needs a Trump. My mate replied, here's the scary truth. Even if Australia did have a Trump, Australians wouldn't vote for him. That's when it truly hit me. My mate is correct. We'd end up with people like the Teals. Australia's that far gone, right? That a lot of Australians hate Trump, right? And honestly, even if you had a Trump in Australia, I don't think they'd do it. I don't know. They've laid down and gone, here, government. Actually, they've laid down, rolled over, stuck their ass in the air and gone, come on, government, have a go. Pauline Hanson said media release, one nation to abolish excise on alcohol served at venues. Okay, so one nation is going to abolish the excise on alcohol served. So if you're in the pub, not takeaways, but if you're in the pub drinking, okay, you can excise free alcohol. That's going to win over a couple of people. One nation will abolish the excise on alcohol served at licensed venues as part of its plan to put more money in Australians' pocket and support small businesses struggling under Labor's cost of living crisis. Okay, Pauline Hanson said the hospitality sector have felt the impact of cost of living more than most. Every day we see pubs and restaurants across the country, some of them historic venues which have been operated for decades or longer, being forced to close their doors because so many Australians can no longer afford to have a night out. They're also being crippled by increasing operating costs, energy bills, rents, insurance, council rates and state government regulations. Many of them rely on casual employees, but Labor's IR changes mean that many of them can't risk employing casuals anymore. One nation's policy will abolish the alcohol excise on drinks served in those businesses. It will not apply to take away alcohol. However, our policy also includes freezing the biannual increase in the excise on all alcoholic beverages. Okay, so there you go. Senator Hanson said one of the more disturbing impacts of Labor's cost of living crisis was the increase of drinking at home, which was fueling higher rates of domestic violence. Drinking itself fuels higher rates of domestic violence. Sorry, but it does. Our policy will help to reduce that, she said. We will also see Australians struggling to make ends meet or experience increased mental health issues. Having a schooner with mates at the pub or socialising with friends at restaurants and other venues has always been how many Australians spend their leisure time. Labor's cost of living crisis has taken this option away from them. Okay. Pretty much, yep, okay. There you go. That's what Pauline Hanson's going to do. Okay. Oh, holy shit, there's another one I'm going to have to... Look, I'm going to have to put this at the top. Just because I've been going for over an hour and I'm not even part the way through all this, guys. Like, this is crazy. This is all what's coming up, okay? Grok, does its take on Auschwitz. Ouch. Okay, achoo. Okay. Lauren said, fucking hell. Your post was detected by our systems and has had its visibility limited for violating the X rules, specifically hateful conduct. You may not promote violence against, threaten or harass people on the basis of race, ethnicity, blah, 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 blah. Lauren said, McAmius, oh, fuck me, I love gollywogs and coon cheese. The country's gone soft as fuck. Yeah, I did too. I loved coon cheese and little gollywogs. As kids, I remember the gollywogs. They were cute. You're not allowed to say anything anymore. Okay. I'll probably get this video taken down. Craig Kelly said, very, very interesting poll of over 5,000 people. One nation appears to have inflicted irreparable damage upon themselves by failing to vote against the hate speech laws and abstaining. They have fought for a long time. Perhaps their best days are in the past. However, what is critical is that Libertarian One Nation and Gerard Rennick's People First all work to explain the preference system and the importance of voters preferencing each other, 1, 2 and 3, before any major parties. So One Nation has lost a fair bit of support. Just hold on one sec, guys. I just got to blow my nose. I'm going to mute my mic. Okay, so there you go. Okay. Some people are angry. Okay, make anime real. Oh, Elon and Ashley Sinclair, right? Ashley Sinclair is a fake conservative, okay? And now she's going after Elon, apparently about some baby they had together, okay? All deleted now, though. Okay, Insurrection Barbie said oh, there's another thread. Jesus Christ almighty. Help me. Give me patience. Okay. I've got a lot to go through. Okay. Holy Lamb said many people cannot even recognise evil any longer. Welcome to Europe. You strayed into a bus lane. Don't you know that's a very serious offence? While the, Muslims are standing over here saying, behead them, cut their throats, massacre those who insult Islam, death. Yeah, they can't recognise evil anymore. At least the people in charge can't. Apparently, Libs of TikTok has had a anonymous staff member at Walsh Jesuit completely unhinged email after we reached out for comment about a teacher's homework assignment. The staff member accused us of being a white supremacist, racist, xenophobic platform and their school is the resistance. They also vow to continue teaching students that DEI is good, America was never great, and that Trump is anti-Christian. This person teaches kids that I honestly don't care if I get outed because I'm totally fine with white supremacist, racist, xenophobic, anti-Christian nut jobs like you and your platform, knowing that at least some American teachers are not going to be intimidated by the orange man and his cronies' attempts to whitewash education. Yes, I fully 100% approve and believe in what she assigned her students is appropriate, and we are not an institution of white privilege MAGA propaganda. No, my friend, the resistance is real and it's collective. Okay, my students will learn the importance of DEI. They will learn that no one is illegal. They will learn America was never great, and it definitely isn't now. They will learn American dream is really an American myth. They will learn that the policies of the current administration, by and large, are blatantly anti-Christian. Yeah, psychopaths. Something wrong there. Someone needs to look into that school. But the name of the school got me straight away, the Walsh Jesuit. Okay. Yep, Walsh Jesuit. How you going, Del George? How you going, Paul? I already said hello to Paul, didn't I? Yeah. And Deb. Just want to make sure I say hello to everyone. I think I've got everyone. Polly Donuts. Stu, Randy. Yeah, I did. Okay. If I've missed anyone, I'll get you soon. James Plickhart said, after 4 years of Durham Report has been released, you might be surprised to learn that we were right about everything. And it goes on because, you know, the Clintons did the Russia, they started it, the Russian hoax. Okay. Dr. Russell McGregor said, for years I've demanded we get all our Australian 80 tonnes of gold back. Our pollies couldn't care less. Douglas McGregor also said, what's happening in London is going to happen here. London's bluff is being called. The banks are not solvent. The gold is not on hand. This very well may lead to the end of the United Kingdom. The UK citizens are great people governed by the WEF. We need help. So do we, because I think ours are too. Holy shit. Yeah, I want our 80 tonnes of gold back. They did not have any right to sell it. Sam Hill said before 1850 all milk was raw. Before 1900 everyone ate eggs and beef. Before 1910 everyone used salt to preserve their foods. Before 1920 everything was cooked in tallow and lard. And the experts are still trying to convince you that chronic diseases are caused by the foods that have been the most tried and tested. Holy shit. And Elon Musk is following Law of Luma now. Concerned citizen Errol Musk, Elon's father, has said the Clintons have killed over 100 people. Clinton's side is real. Arkin's side is real. Apparently Penny Wong owns several billion-dollar properties. Some interesting facts. Our politicians here in Australia, of course. Andy Nose said, did you know about the anti-Trump gunman who tried a mass shooting in Milwaukee on February 12th? Of course not. There's a reason the MSM didn't cover this extensively. Up until the shooting, Isaiah Scott urged his followers to stay woke. He also ranted in support of trans issues. Department of Government Efficiency has found that federal employee retirements are processed using paper by hand in an old limestone mine in Pennsylvania. 700-plus mine workers operate 230 feet underground to process 10,000 applications per month, which are stored in manila envelopes and cardboard boxes. The retirement process takes multiple months. Introducing tunnels, I see now. Here we go. Okay, it's starting to get people used to it. Tunnels, hello. Okay. Oh, shit, I'm not going to get through it all. Australians want freedom in the Constitution. Exit the UN, WHO and WEF. Dump Paris Accord. Baseload power. No digital ID. ND Safety Office. No CBDCs. NDEI. Reduced income tax and government accountability audits on spending. I agree, mate. Okay, this is a good point. Larry Cook said stopping a 100-year-plus brainwashing project isn't going to go away with a stroke of a pen. The population must first be educated. Have you always been against certain procedures? What woke you up? Education before legislation, or it won't work. And this one, Real Ben, said only you can save yourself. People may pretend to give a shit. They may even throw you a lifeline at times, but ultimately it's you and you alone that needs to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward. Be your own hero. And I have had to do this, okay? This is why it's in here. I bookmarked this because I went through a very traumatic event many years ago, okay? 20-something years, 25 years ago, okay? I tried to talk to therapists. I tried to talk to psychologists. I tried to talk to people, and nothing worked. You know why? Because I had to pick myself up, dust myself off, and keep moving forward, and I didn't realise I had it in me the whole time I was looking for it outside of myself. It's in you. Okay. Lozzie B. Muslim preacher Muhammad Hablos from Australia says it's okay to attack children every day as long as you pray. What the fuck, Australia? What the actual fuck? Patriots of Britain said he's been banned from Germany and Holland, but Lebanese-born hate preacher Muhammad Hablos is due to visit the UK from Australia to speak at Middlesbrough Mosque. Here he is basically saying that child rape is more acceptable if you do it as a Muslim in the eyes of Allah. Okay? And then this one, we're going to play on Rumble. Let me see if I can get this to the top of my... Yep, okay. I've still got something on Canada too. We the Memes said, I think Doge should audit voting machines next. I agree. And Awakened Outlaw said this crap needs to end. All the forfeited and destroyed products are perfectly fine, but probably better than some of the food at grocery store. They raided an Amish farm and threw out all the stuff. That is freaking sad. And they're trying to ask who they are and, you know, badge names and all this. And apparently they're not telling them. Private Army. Okay, is this one in my... I've got to... Hang on. Spelt medical wrong. Messicle. Well, it is a mess. Okay. Boone officials confirm that 12 tiny homes built by Amish volunteers from Pennsylvania have been delivered to victims of Hurricane Helene in western North Carolina. Each home was delivered fully equipped with twin beds, linen, heaters, and throw blankets. Wow, go the Amish. Seriously? Now we have David Hogg. The New York Nick Ballas said the New York Post is reporting that DNC Vice Chair David Hogg, who has called for paying reparations to illegal aliens. Why? And abolishing police has been using DNC resources to solicit donations to opaque he controls and uses to pay himself. He's been paid by USAID, hasn't he? American as fuck. Said David Hogg might be going to prison. It's a beautiful day. Let's go. I want to see that little weasel in prison. Clown World said breaking new elected DNC Vice Chair David Hogg is using party resources to funnel donations. Yep. Where he pays himself a six-figure salary. Holy guacamole. Apparently Peter Dutton's keeping Kevin Rudd as the United States Australian ambassador to the United States. Huh. Okay, don't you worry about that. Said one of the sad things about Australia today is you cannot even vote this pest out of power. We can't even vote this stupid woman out of power. Cernovich said CNN reporter Caitlin Collins promoted a fundraiser for Luigi Mangione since she has since deleted the public relations post for him. This is CNN pimping the GoFundMe for a left-wing assassin. Caitlin Collins said Luigi Manione's legal defence team has launched a new website today, and there it is, promoting him. Okay, apparently the mainstream news is trying to talk up USAID and say how horrible it is that Trump and Elon shut it down. There are zero stories about the crazy items that USAID was spending money on. They're trying to create a fake news narrative that USAID was an awesome agency and Trump is horrible for stopping the flow of money. Okay? Just so you know. Panic in DC. You have to work the rest of your life for paper money we create out of thin air that make you borrow from us and then charge you interest and taxes on. While he's standing on a pulpit on that side of this board, right? Fuck this. The rest of them need to do it too. Walk off. And he goes, see ya. Down there. Bye. Zero Hedge said eruption in Bitchute, wipe hard drive, offshore bank searches in DC suggest deep state panic mode. Okay, they're looking up in Google how to Bitchute, wipe hard drives, offshore banking, apart from just selling their homes, okay? A storm has arrived, panic in DC. This is the best rundown I've heard yet. I'm going to have to put it to the top so I can do it tomorrow. Shit a brick. There's so much in here, guys. Like, I have so much from 2 days. It's not funny. Panic in DC. Green Lives Matter said Peter Strzok just deleted everything on his ex account. Kash Patel told us Lisa Page and Peter Strzok were texting each other before the 2016 election on how they would stop Trump from being elected. In other words, they were committing treason. He must know that Kash is about to be confirmed as the FBI director and is feeling the fear. Unfortunately for him, nothing is truly deleted. Panic in DC. To remind you who Lisa Page and Peter Strzok were, I keep saying it the wrong way. Number one lawyer responsible for the Russian investigation, number one FBI agent, these two, while having an affair, were texting each other saying they would stop President Trump before the election. The individuals charged to lead the investigation into Trump campaign were texting each other before the election, saying all the ways they would stop it. And they did. If you were paying attention back then. Susan Malco said, panic in DC, they all better watch their backs. Doge is watching your account. Republicans will be exposed by this too. Good. We hope they do. If anyone is taking from it, we hope they're all exposed. Doesn't matter which side of the aisle they're on. Libs of TikTok said panic in DC. Google searches explode for criminal defense lawyer, RICO law, Swiss bank, offshore bank, wire money, IBAN, statute of limitations. The searches in DC are going nuts. And there is a part of JD Vance's, oh my God, I've got so much, so unbelievable. Did you know that IRS is one of the largest providers of welfare in the USA? The IRS relies on US residents, not just citizens, self-certifying their qualifications for these IRS welfare programs. They're effectively a negative income tax. From 2011 to 2019, there were 30 million IRS welfare recipients each year. There were over 41 million in 2020. Wow. Elon Musk said literally exactly what Doge is saying. The same thing Obama and Biden have said. I love the work Doge is doing. Ready?
Budget reform is not an option. It's a necessity.
The American people are entitled to transparency.
We can't sustain a system that bleeds billions of taxpayer dollars on programs that have outlived their usefulness or exist solely because of the power of politicians, lobbyists, or interest groups.
They're entitled to be able to figure out where their dollars are going, and they're entitled to accountability to make sure that we're using the dollars for what we said it was for.
I don't need to hear any more. That's enough. They said it. AF Post said Ashley Sinclair is publicly attacking Musk on X for blowing her off after she revealed she had his child. There's more on that in a minute. U.S. Homeland Security update Doge next target, Fort Knox Gold Reserve. The U.S. Gold Reserve, last audited in 1974, remains shrouded in secrecy. People are even theorising, or have for years, because I know about this from years ago, that Fort Knox doesn't have any gold. Okay, remains shrouded in secrecy. Elon Musk's recent query sheds light on decades of opacity. It's time for a full accounting of our gold at Fort Knox. There are a lot of people theorising there is none. Liz Crokin said the biggest story here is that Ashley Sinclair, who's accusing Elon Musk of, I don't know, ignoring her after she had a child or something, I don't know, may not just be a fake MAGA gold digger, opportunist and fraud. She has all the markers of an intelligence asset who may have been strategically targeting Elon Musk for years to spy, blackmail and compromising, just like I believe Amber Heard set out to do. I don't care what anyone does in their personal lives if it's legal and not harming children or this country, no less. With that said, if she's a spy running a honey trap on a powerful man close to President Trump, then it is all of our business. This should concern every American as it potentially puts Trump and his administration in danger. Does anyone really still believe that Monica Lewinsky was just an intern that gave Bill Clinton a blowjob in the Oval Office? I can speak intelligently on this topic and with great confidence because I've been targeted and harassed by literally hundreds of deep agents and assets non-stop over the course of almost a decade now. I can spot these arseholes from a mile away. There is clearly more to the Ashley Sinclair Elon Musk story as it stands. It appears she won the golden ticket and played him, but I'm pretty sure she's the one who has been had, and that will all come out in time. Checkmate, Elon Musk. And the side bonus of this soap opera is that it's exposing X's censorship problems and their rigged monetisation system that I've investigated and researched in depth, which included running an audit on Ashley's X account and many others and called out several months ago. Wow. Followed by Feds said, now you'll know how and why Ashley Sinclair, formerly known as under a previous online monitor as a sex laptop, managed to garner such an astroturfed rise to social media prominence. Certainly doesn't help that people like Jack Posobiec, Charlie Kirk, and all the other big con Inc. adjacent lended her credibility either. Just make sure you all teach your kids that sometimes all it takes is sleeping around or looking for that special Tyrone to get your next big break. The only litmus test on the right is how much you're willing to trample upon the core fundamentals of right-wing conservatism. Ladies and gentlemen, your right-wing influencers. That's all you need. Yeah, her name was Sex Laptop, okay? I think honeypot for sure. Elon Musk said, seriously? Your personal information? I used to own PayPal, you dumbass. And Elon dancing with Trump. Look at them go. Like two old people. Looks like me. Dancing lately. Okay. Elon Musk said momentum is growing rapidly to impeach activist judges who repeatedly fail to follow the law. Go for it. Let's go. Insurrection Barbie said in the next few days, just remember the media could not break Trump, so they'll try to break Elon Musk. Besides being morally repugnant, the only people who benefit from breaking people are the ones who want to continue to rob you blind. Okay, what? Ashley Sinclair plotted for half a decade to ensnare Elon Musk. The legacy media all being paid off by US aid. Breaking a federal judge has just sided with Elon Musk and Doge, rejecting an effort to block them from accessing government information systems. Huge win. Doge now has the green light to fully dig into Elizabeth Warren's CFPB, HHS and Department of Labor. Expect many more wins in court. Breaking Elon Musk just announced Doge will launch an investigation into federal employees with an unusually high net worth despite modest salaries. Rachel Maddow clowned herself again. When has she not? The great speech, but I'm going to have to... It was the whole thing. It's 18 minutes long. And Sheryl Crow films embarrassing video of herself getting rid of her Tesla in protest of Elon Musk. She says she's donating it all to NPR. She really thought she did something here. Sheryl Crow, my parents always said you are who you hang out with. There comes a time when you have to decide who you're willing to align with. So long, Tesla. Money donated to NPR, which is under threat by President Musk. Okay, if you think so. In hopes that the truth will continue to find its way to those willing to know the truth. Yeah, and we're finding it, Cheryl. Thank you. All she wants to do is have some fun. I got a feeling she is the only one. Okay. Okay, Rep. Robert Garcia, DCA, a Democrat in California, I'm thinking, who recently threatened violence against President Trump, Elon Musk, and the Trump administration, came to the US illegally. How is he allowed in Congress? He needs to be expelled from Congress and deported. He was there illegally. And I couldn't find much on the two ships that crashed in the canal again. Off the coast of Egypt, I think. Damage done. Seems very suspicious, though, that Besiktas M leaves port heading north, then makes a left north-northwest, and then in the final minutes makes a quick hard right turn 120 degrees and collides with the USS Truman, okay? What kind of... Yeah, it's on purpose, mate. It's collided with the merchant ship near port, said Egypt. There you go. And the merchant ship was the one going like this, look. Okay, and that's the damage. Yeah, someone should look into the TSA. And there's the list of all the houses for sale in DC. Oh, well, that was a couple of days ago. Okay. The wildest ship is happening near Washington, D.C. Here is Arlington. Everything's being put on the market. Oh, it's so funny. AG Pam Bondi said President Trump will prevail on auditing the Treasury. Aha, there we go. I think I got to near the end. I missed some, but, you know, anyway. Okay. What have we got? It's going to jump in a minute. Oh, that has. There you go. It has jumped. We're going to go over to Rumble shortly for a call-in. Can't get very far back in the comments. Out to Lunch said, you guys hit the like button. I'm just reminding you. Alex said, lots going on at the moment. Oh, there's tons. Okay. Paul said he was also present at the Pentagon. Yankees, how you going, Yankees for life? J1 said 32, 33, unusual numbers. Yeah, watch out for those numbers, 32 and 33. Out to Lunch said 33 dead front and centre in newspapers. Yep. J1 said Doge the 28th. Paul said Howard was on the first Qantas flight back to Australia after 9/11. Mm-hmm. So was Ian Thorpe. Torpedo. I bet you they were. And Timmy said, hello, everyone. How's it going? Good. I hope you're ready for a call-in, Timmy. Alex said that definitely seemed ready in 2001. Alex said it certainly buried that missing $3 trillion. Yeah. Paul said Howard was rewarded for being part of the Iraq War. Out to Lunch said, Mr. T is here. Alex said, at least buried it for a while, but that backfired though because everyone remembers now. Paul said, yes, we do. Alex said, I think a lot of leaders were at the time, including Tony Blair. Yep. We'll never forget what they've done to us all. J1 said the mail is that FEMA barges have been deployed to Guantanamo to cope with some mass arrests incoming sometime in the US spring. I can't wait. I can't wait. Hey, Judy, how you going? Good to see ya. J1 said, yes, Pam, Bondi and Cash have a bit of work first, apparently, then suicide weekend. Stu said, we're all equal. There's no one above or better than anyone. How hard is it to realise this? Sheesh, Pollies and Royals are ridiculous. They are, aren't they? Oh, thank you. Out to Lunch said SDNY is Southern District of New York. Thank you very much. Thank you. Everyone's saying to Paul, happy birthday. Deb J said, we're winning about time. Yes, we've been winning for a little while. I just can't feel it yet here in Australia. I'm waiting to feel it in Australia. Alex said, yes, it's getting to that time again. They can't risk their dirty secrets coming out, but they can't hide forever. Alex said, I agree. Don't worry. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, and they're about to come crashing down. J1 said, Supreme White. I might patent that colour. Yeah. Stu do it at J1. Stu said David Oates did a great reversal on BB and Trump yesterday. Elon too, good guys versus bad guys. No guessing who might be the bad guys there. Nisi said sending you love to you all from Columbia, South Carolina. Good to see you, Nisi. J1 said, what colour is your Nazi sled? BMW. It's Supreme White, mate. Oh, dear. Okay, Stu said, Pete, repeat, sorry. Alex said, Mr. Phil Collins likes a 15-year-old boy with lipstick on. Mm-hmm. His missus looks like a 15-year-old boy with lipstick on, he does. Out to Lunch said, George and F and the Albert Pike. Paul said, his hips are wider than hers. Oh, J1 said, Wetworks. And EC said, Head. Have you heard David Hogg is back and second in charge of the new Democrat base? Not for long, he's not. I think he's about to go to jail for US aid payments and funneling them to his PAC or whatever it is. Randy's in here with lots of snow. Nisi said Dems are on outright downward spiral. Paul said David Weasel Hogg. Out to Lunch said we have the low temps here. Yeah, it's getting cold here too. Tim S said David Hogg the turd burglar. What a disaster of a human being. Stu said more like it should be, please see your naturopath. Yes. Randy said knee deep, just finished snow thawing outside and it's still snowing. Wow. Alex said, I have all those ingredients for that lemon drink. Sounds nice. Yeah, I have most of them. I just got to find the organic lemons. Deb said, hello, sweetie. I got distracted by an old true crime this morning and I will be glad. I will be getting my x-ray results. Oh, good, Deb. Nisi said, Paul, you're correct. That person makes my skin crawl. Hey, Paranormal Oz. How you going? Good to see ya. Alex said they seal organic and regular lemons in Aldi. I just got regular lemons at the moment. I made honey lemon chicken yesterday. Yum. Yeah, I hope your results go well, Deb. Hey, you know what? I've got to tell Timmy a few things on Rumble when we go over there. My nose has gone down. Apart from a big scratch on it at the moment, I'm waiting for that to heal before I come on camera. But I was getting a lumpy nose, right? And since taking a couple of things, it's gone down very quickly. I'm happy. My nose is back. It was lovely with broccoli, mushrooms, onion, garlic, cashew nut. Oh, my God, you're going to make me hungry. I'm really getting into my cooking again. That's good, Alex, good. Stu said Trump mentioned about Australia buying planes from America, namely the F-35 dud, that is only 19% is actually combat ready in the US. Paul said, that's good to hear, Alex. You make a perfect wife at this rate. Stu said, g'day, Deb. Good luck with your x-rays. Alex said, I don't think we have any jets ready either. We gave them all away. Alex, do that. Set up a cooking channel. Yes. Paul said, please do. I'll watch guaranteed, Alex. Yes, definitely. I've got to get mine going. I'm just so, flat out at the moment. That I can't even, I just can't even at the moment. Paul said, you are not talking to me on my birthday, Deb. Alex said, good on the Kiwis. I think everyone's had enough. Stu said, God rules has an interesting stream yesterday too. He suggested we're living in a baby state of mind and a female-ruled world. We are, Stu. That's why I keep saying the world is pussified. Like we've all gotten really freaking weak, mate. Really badly. And the women in charge aren't helping. They're making it worse. It's all feelings. Nothing's logical anymore. It's all how I feel. Oh. And I know women run on feelings, but, look, you can be logical as well. And I'm sure most of the women in my chat are more logical than running on feelings. Same as the men. But they really have. They've pussified everything. Stu, I agree with that. That's why I watch the Whatever podcast and give the girls heaps because they're contributing to the world of stupidness. Sorry. Alex said, I learnt the haka at school. My gym teacher was from New Zealand. Really? I'd have loved to learn that. Paul, I like how they have their tongues out and their eyes are open. They look crazy, man. Like, they look crazy. Paulie Donut said, hi, Hev. Hi there, young lady. Thank you, Paulie. How you going? J1 said, black supremacy. Oh, no. Stu said, I hope you don't do that in public, Alex. Paul said, I wish Aussies did this and unite against this BS. Randy said, hi, Paulie Donuts. I've been cancelled. Rand Donuts, lol. I've been called Rand Donuts. Oh, Randy Donuts. Alex said, only if I see someone wearing a mask, especially alone in the car. Paulie's laughing at Randy. Deb said, happy birthday, Paul. Paulie Donut said, oh, Deb, you're the best to Paul, to your Paul. Deb said, I'm not reading chat for a few minutes. Alex said, Tonga does something similar, Paul. It's a powerful dance. Everyone's saying, happy birthday, Paul. J1 said, bin chickens have good immunity. Randy said, haka manly display. It is a manly display. It really is. Deb J said, it's a real shame we all have to fight for freedom. No one should rule over another person or people. Exactly, Deb. Yep, and Stu even agrees with you. Paul said, not a haka, just a rally would be good. Stu said, rally drivers are mad men, Paul. Let's have a rally. Alex said, yeah, show of standing together to shut the nonsense down. It's been allowed to go on for too long. These people need mental treatment, not appeasing. Exactly. Paulie Donut said, I hate to say this, but just my thoughts. Russia's first target will be the UK. I've thought this for a while. This is what Russia's been waiting on the US parting from NATO. Sorry, I know, sounds crazy. Yeah, well, I don't think it's going to happen with Trump in there. I think what will happen is UK will go broke first. Paul said you would probably just get a drag race instead. Deb said, yes, Standard Hotel is very interesting. Alex said, I agree, Deb J. Hopefully it won't be for much longer. Their desperate clutches on us are loosening. while they lose more control over us, definitely. And Deb J agrees with you, Alex. Stu said, we had massive rally in Canberra to protest COVID lockdowns enforced. Jabs, there must have been 500,000 plus, and ASIO said 10 to 15,000. What a joke. Exactly. They always do that. They downplay it. Alex said, you're probably right, especially with Starmer in charge, Paulie. Paul said, massive surge in Bitchute Google searches in DC. Yes, I've covered it now. J1 said, criminal lawyer services searches have exploded. Yes, I've got it all. Stu said, Ned Kelly did that first. Deb J said, go Elon. Deb R said, I'll be back home soon. Alex said, that woman's full-face photo is still out there. A lawyer ended up sharing it. She's a terrorist and her rights should be stripped. You can't wear one of those face coverings in a passport picture. Exactly. Alex said, no wonder they think they can get away with literal murder. The justice system is an absolute joke. We've been betrayed as a nation. Yeah, drive safely on the way back, Deb. Dell said, been attacked daily since Christmas in Europe, all capital cities. What the fuck? How you going, George? And Dell. Dell said, is the people going just being sheep for slaughter? London is fucked, pardon my Francois. That's cool, Dell, I hear. The young been unicorned. Yeah, they have been. Stu says she's full of it there. A lot of better things to do, Pauline. Deb said, help my daycare cost. I love my gollywog. Yeah, I used to love gollywogs when I was a little kid. Paul said, get a lotto ticket, Deb. Paulie Donut said, what happened to the jam jar man? Oh, no. I stopped taking vitamin C a few days ago. I think I'm starting to get a cold. Oh, no. Alex said, yes, gone on overtime. There's a new one every day, more than one a day, Del. Yep. Del said, how many lone wolves does it take to admit there's a pack and there can't be pets? Exactly. Starchild, how you going? The warrior spirit dance. Alex said, I think the people in charge know exactly what they're doing. It's been planned for over 100 years, I think. It seems that every 100 or 200 years they pull it down and start again. And somehow make everyone forget what was going on before. George, lone wolves all over the UK and Europe. Mrs. Out to Lunch said, hello, Hev and chat family. Man, it's cold one day, 60. Next day, freezing, mercy. Supposed to be a cold week. Much love, take care. You too, Mrs. Out to Lunch. Fred and Donna, have a good one. Del said, Agenda 28 plan, chaos, reset. Yep, that's normally what happens. They do it, 100-year plan. Yeah. Del said, Deb J, tips hat, ma'am. Very gentlemanly of you. Alex said, my mum, dad and their generation used to eat beef dripping sandwiches. Yeah. Paul said, mine as well. Alex. Del said, they are kitty fiddling while Rome burns. Elite, sick men run the world. Yes, they are. Alex said, yes, been in the works for years, and why I think they're getting so desperate is all their plans are about to go down the shitter. They're losing control. People will only take so much. Paul said, the depression generation. Alex said, yes, the only thing God helped me. Yes, only God helped me through everything I had been through, and he always does have, yep. Del said, self-sufficiency now to be eradicated. Deb R said, evil bedfellows, Dunton, etc. Exactly. Paul said, I'm voting Libertarians. Pauline Hanson, go to help. You do what you got to do. Yep. Yep. I won't tell anyone who to vote for. I've shared a bit of Pauline Hanson. I've shared the Libertarians, Australia Voice, a voice of one of them. There's a few of them. Vote for all of them first. I don't care which one you pick number one as, right? I don't care anymore. Just make sure they're all the little parties, the good little parties, mind you. If you see Lib Dems, don't vote for Lib Dems. That's like voting for the freaking Democrats in the US. Alex, have you seen that AI depiction of going through the years? Starts off with everyone happy playing outside, then ends with everyone looking down at their phone and depressed. J1 said the only cash splash the US should be involved in. Yep. Alex said, I just tried to find it, but I can't, Paul. Deb R said, hopefully we get the Panama Papers. Yep. Out to Lunch said, no statute of limitation on treason or murder, right? No, I don't think there is. Paul said, it's probably been scrubbed off the internet. Alex, nothing is truly deleted, okay? Just remember that. Deb said, my gut told me Obama was full of shit every time he opened his mouth. Paul said, and I do remember that, Alex. Alex said, yeah, maybe I'm just not putting it the right keywords in. I think I saw it on one of those compilation videos ages ago. Alex said, I'm glad I know what I mean, Paul. I'm glad I know what I mean. Me too. Alex said, true though, it's like that now. Deb R said, many blow, jobs everywhere. Alex said, I used to play out all the time in the 90s, out from dawn till dusk, weren't back until the outside lights came on. Exactly. Alex said, that woman in the bath reminds me of Ricky Gervais in the bath. Del said, I saw The Clash at 10 for £3. Skinhead growing up hooligan, real men bred then. Yep. Alex said, Hev, you need to type that in, Ricky Gervais in the bath. If you remind me on Rumble, I will, but I'm going to try and wrap this up as quick as I can because I want to go over to Rumble. Stu said, everyone's forgetting Tesla made electric cars like China but need their parts from China. Muskie, please explain that. I'm sure it will become clear. Deb's putting in the whole happy birthday. Shannon, g'day from the Riverland, South Australia, Smoko time. Good to see you, Shannon. Paul said, funny man, Alex, think you're a little god. Thank you, little god, and fuck off speech. Paulie said, got to go, take care. You too, Paulie, good to see you. Deb said, hello to our doctor in the house, Timmy. Alex said, yeah, he really let rip. I think that was the Golden Globes or something, Paul. Alex said, take care, God bless, see you soon, Paulie. Everyone's saying happy birthday or goodbye, Paulie. Stu said, winery at the Department of Complaints. Paul said, I love watching Ricky with Carl Plimpton. I liked Ricky Gervais in Night at the Museum? Oh, God. Yeah, Dad, that's why no face, because I've still got a big bloody scratch mark on my nose. When that goes away, I'll be here. And I found my very long, elegant cigarette holder, okay? So I have to get dressed up to have that thing going. That's if I still smoke by then. Shannon said, I don't like people who do x-rays. They seem to look right through you. George said, Ricky and Carl are jokers. Deb said, yes, Hev is busy. I will watch cooking shows. Paul said they have a cartoon of the radio show. Alex, YouTube it. Stu said, ooh, arthritis hurts, Deb. I got it too. Alex said, not all of us become pussified, but yes, the vast majority. Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying you guys have because, I mean, I know you guys are awake. You know what's going on. Stu said it's better than rigor mortis. Yeah, it has to. Yeah, arthritis would be better than rigor mortis, I'd say. Deb R said women with balls and men have become pussies. Yep. Alex said, yeah, I've seen it. I think Ricky drew it all, Paul. Paul said, oh, okay. Shannon said, rally spectators are the crazy ones. Paul said, look up learning English with Carl and Ricky, hilarious. Stu said, the haka looks more like the roll call at the loony bin. Don't ask how I would know that. Deb said, I want to ask the people that protested that Canberra, what about now? What are we going to do about this government now? Deb said, chicken soup, Hev, is good. You have a few? Yep. Alex said, I just looked it up and I don't think he did draw it. I thought he did, though. I'll have to check it out. Deb said, I'm trying to tell who I can vote, small parties. Yes. Mitzells, how you going? Chew up really fine a clove of garlic. It'll stop an oncoming cold. It isn't easy. Okay, I'm going to do that as soon as I get off here. I'm going to kill everyone I come in contact with today by garlic breath. I'm not going to kill people seriously, please, YouTube. It's garlic breath, okay? I'm going to knock people out with garlic breath. That's what I mean, okay? Oh, dear God. You got to watch what you say, seriously. Alex said, I have that learning English ready to watch today or tomorrow. J1 said, I voted once 35 years ago. Electoral roll keeps sending me letters to register, but I won't contract with them so they can't find me. Alex said, oh, yeah, I forgot he was in Night at the Museum. That was a good film. Yeah, I like that. I like that film. I thought it was good. J1 said, never got a fine for not voting. Alex said, I keep getting those letters. Says occupier. I've never answered one of them. And Deb's laughing at Shannon. And with that, hopefully, we're going to go over to... Stu said, Bosie's calling for us to boycott the vote. Oh, I'd be careful. I don't know. Do what you think is best, right? I'm not telling anyone what to do, but just be very careful. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna meet you over on Rumble in about 10 minutes. Hopefully see you guys over there. I've got a bit of news, health news mainly. So please, if you want to see anything about health, go to Rumble. Okay. I'll be there in 10 minutes, and hopefully Timmy and maybe Alex can ring in and we can have a bit of a chat. I've got to ask Timmy some advice on what we are going to be seeing on Rumble. Some of the medical film clips that I've got, and clips and things to go over. So, hey Zal, how you going? Yeah, so hopefully we'll get to see you over there, and you can join us over there. Okay, guys, I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. See you over on Rumble. The rest of you, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, guys, have a good one. Bye.